Hey guys. So I've been talking with some, younger streamers in Discord DMs about like my experience with streaming and like what sort of like pitfalls I may have run into and like what I think they could do to help with them moving forward, stuff like that. And this question came up that I feel is actually going to be pretty relevant for everybody. So I thought I would kind of record this and put this out for you. Um, there is an issue in the streaming sphere of streamers not putting up appropriate walls to avoid parasocial relationships. Um, and what a parasocial relationship essentially is a relationship between the viewer or the enjoyer of a product and whoever puts that product out. So it can either be like what was CM Punk recently posted on Instagram, tribalism for liking certain wrestlers and different promotions, um, or live streamers like saying they have a community and they're friends with everybody in their community, and like a viewer is like saying, yeah, they're my real friend in real life. And while that is true in a lot of situations, in some, I won't say a lot, in some situations, most of the time, and I don't want to be like the bearer of bad news or the mood killer or anything like that, most of the time, that's not the case. And I hope I'm not like shattering somebody's like whole world with this, but when it comes right down to it, that streamer that you've been watching for years, that they recognize your name when you come in chat and they say, hey, how you doing, um most likely they're not actually your friend. um and that's not a bad thing. That's just a streamer not really knowing that there's a certain expectation that some viewers have when they're greeted with, hey, how you doing, buddy, or hey, it's my favorite viewer, or hey, what have you. um I need you to know that if you haven't actively met them in real life, and if you haven't actually spent time with them outside of when they're um, actively putting up that persona, or if you haven't had any in depth personal conversations with somebody, then most likely, if you still consider them like a good personal friend, it's most likely the case that you're suffering from a parasocial delusion. And that's not a bad. Okay. It is kind of a bad thing. It can be toxic. It can be emotionally toxic. It can be mentally toxic. Um, but it's not the viewer's fault. And I'm just putting it out there. If you're the viewer and you're in that situation, it's not your fault. Okay? Um, and it is fully the responsibility of the streamer to set up those boundaries and to set up those walls, as to not give a false expectation for the viewer that they are going to be their best friend. So that's something that really viewers need to, or sorry, excuse me, streamers really need to start taking responsibility for, start being active to keeping parasocial relationships to a minimum. And viewers need to realize that just because you enjoy somebody's product does not mean that they are your friend. So just a little word of advice. And if I hurt your feelings with this video, I'm sorry. You may very well be very good friends with that streamer with the million viewers. Or, million viewers. You're not friends with the freaking Ludwig. You may very well be really good friends with the streamer with like 5,000 viewers, 10,000 viewers, something like that. And if you are, awesome. You know, I'm glad you have that friendship with them. But let's be honest, if you're not actively speaking with them, most likely that's something you need to consider. So, yeah, if you liked this video, if you want to hear more about some pitfalls and stuff like that some streamers can fall into, definitely let me know. I don't know if I'm going to post this on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, but let me know in the replies or the comments, and I will see about getting more videos out there. So thanks for watching. This was kind of a spur of the moment video, and yeah, I'll be seeing you when I see you. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.